The following is a presentation of the iRacing Esports Network.
This season marks a new beginning. New heights will be reached. New records will be broken. A new champion will be crowned. Competition, commitment, excitement. This is Lionheart. You're watching the premier American open wheel series on iRacing. The Lionheart IndyCar Series presented by First Medical Equipment starts now.
Round three rounds remaining in what is the most exciting season in Lionheart history. One short oval, one road course, and one super speedway will decide the 2018 championship. First up happens this afternoon from the short oval at Gateway Motorsports Park. Presented by First Medical Equipment, it's the Von Hanson's 200. Round 22 of the Lionheart IndyCar Series Season 6 Championship. And all the simulated Dallara IR18 action from green flag to victory donuts can be seen live as it happens right here on the Global Sim Racing channel via the iRacing Esports Network. To everyone watching on IESN, hello and welcome to another GSRC broadcast and the Countdown to Green, presented by the Sim Pit. As cyberspace flows into your place, over the next 15 minutes, GSRC will bring you all the storylines, all the stats and facts you'll need to appreciate the Von Hanson's 200 that follows immediately as we count down to green. Hey, like Peaches and Herb, reunited again, and it feels so good. Soup and Crackers. Phil Soup's on. Sean Crackers Ambrose up in the booth to bring you our bird's eye view. Amjad Yaman has director duties, armed with cameras locked and loaded by Dougie Beard. Okay, last week at Kansas, it was Dan Guerin who emerged with the dust when the dust settled with an exciting three-car battle with rookie Connor Harrington and veteran Chris Stouffer. Now, Dandy Dan is the only active driver with the career win here at Gateway. So, Sean, tell us a little bit about today's venue.
Soup, but first I want to go on record and say I was a much bigger fan of Captain and Tennille than I was Peaches and Herb. But anyway, I digress, okay? Folks, before I talk about the track, let me remind you that everything during the Countdown to Green comes courtesy of its sponsor, the Sim Pit, an entertainment channel dedicated to sim racing. Its focus is to bring you news, reviews, and information from around the world about sim racing hardware and software. It also focuses on what it takes to be a better sim racer, with instructional video and how-tos that will help you in the performance area on the virtual track. Check them out at thesimpit.com. And speaking of virtual tracks, well, today's venue, we're here, Gateway Motorsports Park. You know, they opened back in the late 60s, 67 to be exact. They started out as a drag strip. A lot of motorsports here, all-encompassing when you say motorsports and Gateway. It started out with a drag strip, and then they put a road course in the mid-'80s, and using parts of the drag strip. And then in '95, the track was sold. A new promoter came in, and guess what they did? They tore up the road course, and they replaced it with a 1.25-mile oval and a 1.6-mile infield road course that, well, you can see from above here when we do that view from the blimp. But this 1.25-mile oval, a lot of excitement, a lot of tight racing here. Soup, the turns 1 and 2, a little bit similar to maybe New Hampshire. You've seen that before. Turns 3 and 4, maybe a little bit more similar to Phoenix. We were there just a few weeks ago. But it certainly looks like an egg, maybe a really long egg, one that you might not find in your carton. What you will find is this lap guide coming up right here from Gateway Motorsports Park.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Global Sim Racing channel. I'm Brian Yazek, taking you for a spin around the Gateway Motorsports Park in the GSRC IR18 IndyCar. Without further ado, here we go. Off turn 4 for your money lap, keeping those right sides right up against the white walls there. Bringing it down here into turn 1. Couple different ways to attack, but you're probably going to see him run right there. Kind of turn it in late, shift gears, then bring it right back up the corner. Grab a gear when you need to down the back stretch, probably a little bit before where that wall breaks out. Turn 3, you're going to take a little wider entry in the daylight. In the night, you could probably cut that a lot straighter. Bringing it through here off of turn 4. Gateway doesn't really give you a whole lot of area to run off with, especially down here in turn 1, but you could see him move about a lane, half a lane higher, kind of split the seam right there. Still get it to rotate and still get it to draft off of the corner and try to get a good run at someone going down into turn 3. Turn 3, you can kind of run all over, but the fast lane is going to be right there through the middle, keeping the left side tires near the rumble strips, keeping it low off of turn 4, down the front stretch, and across the line. And that is going to complete our guide here around the Gateway Motorsports Park. I'm Brian Yazek. Enjoy the show.
Joe Peak doing what no one does better. Well, actually, it wasn't Joe Peak, was it? GSRC doing what GSRC does so well, and that is talk you around a racetrack. Whoa, as we have a little action going on screen right there. That's not how you get around the racetrack. Hey, this being Thanksgiving Eve, let me wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Good luck tomorrow. Have a good day. One of the best holidays of the year. Let's take a lap around the point standings now. Really, it all comes down to two names. It is Blocker and Kinsella, and you can see them right up on top. Adam Blocker and Andrew Kinsella both separated by 6 points. We have this race and a road race to go at Road America before we get to the double points at Fontana. That's where it's all going to come down to. The real question is, Dandy Dan Garrett, 54 back. He needs to make up as much of that as he can before we get to Auto Club Speedway for the finale. And he's been doing it of late. Check out the rest of those guys. You can see them through there. As we are late in the season, notice that on the west side of the graphic, no up or down movers. Everybody holding station. Even on the east side over there, on the right, only up one spot, down one spot. No real movers or shakers, no climbers or fallers. Let's go ahead and look at the team championship now. And of course, the team championship brought to you by the good folks at HPP Simulations. And again, everything's pretty much the same. Adrenaline, Holden Station, Synergy, No Name. Not any changes. You got to go all the way down to 8th and 9th before you see any moving going around. Skidmark falling another spot down into 9th. Nighthawk Motorsports rounding up the field down there. Sean, maybe the team championship's not so exciting, but I tell you, this rookie championship, this has been fun to watch.
Well, it really has, Soup, but it's been about the guys sitting at the top, Justin Weaver and Stephen Larkamp. What a season for both of these drivers. Only separated by 10 points with 3 rounds just left to go. Hey, you know, a tip of the hat to GSRC's own Sam Ryman, who's had a pretty solid season himself, Soup, and it's been a lot of fun watching him wheel his Zalara around here. But you know what, Soup? He's got Graf just tapping on his shoulder. They're only 4 points behind. So, I mean, really, that battle's not decided yet either. You go back to 5th, and Johnson obviously a little bit too far back. But tell you what, Beard with a chance to maybe take that 5th spot. So things still close there. Bart Workman in 7th, just 4 points behind Beard. So again, there's still a lot to race for here as we have 3 rounds left. You know, the rookie championship is one of the big ones here, and well, we're fortunate to have a lot of them this season. And guess what? I hear a rumor we're probably going to have a few more next season. So yeah, that butt kicker rookie standings looking really good and really competitive here with 3 to go.
You know, you talked about Tyler Graft. He has been hot of late. How about this for his last 3 races for a rookie? 6th, 9th, and 9th. That's why he's suddenly appearing up there. Samuel Ryman wants to hang on to that final podium spot. He's got to get his act together there because Graft is coming. All right, we've talked about the track. We've gone over the points. We've talked a little bit about Thanksgiving, dropped into Peaches and Herb reference. Here's Sean going to tell now about the series details.
And, of course, these series details come courtesy thanks to the Sim Pit. Yes, the Sim Pit. And Season 6, Round 22 at 24. Yes, there are only 3 races left in this season. 3 drops are given, so you take 3 of your worst races and you drop them from the points contention. We are running the Dallara IR18. And boy, it's fun, right? When we say adjusted fixed, well, it's a fixed setup. The league fixes the setup, but that's all you really need. No, it's a fixed setup. Everybody's driving with the same set. Total cash and prizes up for grabs this season. $6,400 suit. We got to find somebody to come up with $98. We got to make that $65. Somehow, we got 3 rounds left. Somebody pony up $98. I'm shilling for the league now. Send in $98, and we'll make this a $6,500 total cash and prizes this season.
Richie Hearn made a good point. Lionheart, of course, runs this one, and then there's the sister series, the Retro Series. Adam Blocker leading both of those. He's looking to pick up not only the wheels that are the wheel set that's being offered here for HPP in this one, but the pedal set over there in the Retro Series as well. My goodness, that guy's going to be tough to beat. And of course, you know, the Lionheart Series is considered the premier series for the fixed racing league here on the iRacing service, and it honors the memory of the late Dan Weldon. Okay, we have no Professor Setup Corner today. I know you're all disappointed for that, but
shame. It's the professor's here, so yeah,
that's true.
Okay, go.
But the countdown to Green's loss will be the viewer's gain, as we'll be able to show you a little bit of live qualifying going on right now. As we look at the sponsor, one of the sponsors of today's event, Bob Michelson, the Von Hansen's Meat Machine. We're going to be talking about them a little bit later. Right now, Bob's sitting in 17th position, racing for Controlled Chaos.
Did you know that they are on Facebook, Von Hansen's Meats? They are on Facebook. In fact, what you can do is just look, easy to look them up. Just type in like Von Hansen's. Go to Facebook, type in like Von Hansen's. That's where they're at.
You know, I've said it before, you don't have to be a meat eater if you're a vegetarian. Don't miss out on the flavored pretzels. I'm telling you, they are beyond belief. There's Michael Goodman having a good series. Scott Johnson as well in pit lane. Scott racing for Skidmark Motorsports. Bart Workman, another up-and-comer, continues to improve each race.
Well, we talked about how good he's doing in the rookie standings, in fact. So, been a great season for Skidmark Motorsports in general. Of course, one of the race sponsors from this season as well.
Workman sitting 23rd in the standings.
And you know what, Sue? A noticeable omission from tonight's field. Pierre Degla will not be with us this evening. His streak ends at 86 races.
Wow.
The last time he missed a race was May 25th, 2015. Pierre, buddy, congratulations. That's a hell of a streak, man. We're going to miss you tonight.
Well, they weren't making it easy on him, scheduling a race on Thanksgiving Eve, I'm sure. I'll be honest with you, it's a bigger turnout than I expected.
He's Canadian, Sue. Sorry. I didn't want to spoil the fun for you, but he's Canadian.
But he's honoring us, obviously.
No, I'm sure Pierre's got a great reason for not being here.
Pierre has crossed the border to be with his relatives in America.
You know what? That may be very well possible. It may be possible.
Oh, my goodness, I miss Richie Hearn. Richie would not have corrected me on that one. That would have gone by cleanly without any problems. we're going to be able to do the qualifying just about done, so it's time to go racing. You know, before I give you the grid, I got to tell you about these guys. When it is time to go racing, nothing beats the feel of a true hydraulic braking system by who else? HPP Simulation. They are designed and manufactured in the USA on state-of-the-art CNC equipment. HPP's hydraulic pedals and their accessories set the standard for simulation racing. You want more information? Here's what you do. Visit hppsimulation.com. And now here is your starting grid. Let's go ahead and talk about Dandy Gangaren. He's hot. He's on the inside. He's going to be flanked by Ron Hacker. Crackers?
All right, Super Row 2 going to be Joe Branch and Ken Hacker right behind Ron.
Hey, a couple hackers up there. Hopefully they're not golfers. Brian Beard and Adam Blocker in row 3.
Row 4 going to be Justin, Bob, and Weaver, and Michael Goodman, the New Yorker, starting on the outside of row 8.
The boss man, George Anzaldo, in 9th, flanked by James Grahula.
All right, row 6 going to be Andrew Kinsella and GSRC's own Samuel Ryman.
The Baker's dozen spot is Mark Cohn. Dylan McKenna flanking him.
Row 8, Stephen Larkamp and Chris Lanini back in the 92.
17th and 18th belong to Mitchell Moeller and Paul Jenkins.
Row 10, Christopher and the aforementioned Bart Workman going to start 20th in the 09.
And favorite sitting 4th in the rookies, looking to move up. Tyler Groff in the blackjack position. The double duck spot, Matthew Mercer.
All right, Soup, Magic number 12, Scott Johnson in the number 07, and Brandon Limkeman with us this evening starting 24.
Today's sponsor, Bob Micas of Von Hanson's Meat in the quarter-century mark. Outside of him, the kid from Bakersfield, Jason Galvan.
All right, I got row 14 locked down here. Scott Bolster and Robert Bluen, another Canadian Soup, will start 28th.
Who can make the sun rise and sprinkle it with dew? Well, the Candyman can. Dustin Wardlow back there in 29th. He's going to be inside of Brian Yazek.
All right, and Tutwiler Racing's own Eddie Tutwiler starting in the 31st spot. Number 9 is the last car in the field tonight, Soup. 31 Dallara IR18's ready to get it on here at Gateway Motorsports Park.
Not too bad for a Thanksgiving Eve. And of course, we have onboard cameras. We're going to start by looking at our points leader, Adam Blocker. He's in the butt kicker onboard camera car. Then we'll go to the traditional car in his HPP special. That is Brian Yazek. And finally, who else for the Von Hanson 200? Well, it would be Bob Micas in the Von Hanson's Meat Machine.
That always begs the question, do you like meat?
Yes, we definitely do. Okay, because, Sean, you told me that this track was not quite a mile around. Is that what you're telling me? That
No.
I think we're going to get two pace laps, right?
It's 1.25.
Oh, 1.25.
Yeah,
so I
so
know
we
what
should
that means.
Yeah, we should be ready to go here.
So, okay, so there's no room for me to tell any Thanksgiving jokes because we're going to be going green flag racing here in no time. Rad 22 of 24. There are 2 left after this. Road America and then the double points at Auto Club Speedway, and that's going to decide the championship. Right now, the beautiful Medina Mendez out of Long Beach, California behind the pace car pulls it into the pit lane. Gather up the chicken steak, cover on the cows. The horses are out of the barn, and we're going racing. Dandy Dan Guerin leading the stampede down into the first corner. One of the hackers, this time it's Ron, going to follow in second position. Joe Branch behind him. Ken Hacker in 4th, the top 5. Your points leader, Adam Blocker.
Soup already got some movement and shaking in the back of the field here. Stephen Larkamp making a charge here early. And Zaldo's already picked up a spot. Sam Ryman's moving. Pretty well behaved on this start, Soup.
It's the Hacker and Hacker boys right now chasing the leader. And look at this. Ron underneath Dandy Dan Guerin right now. Cannot make it work with a head of steam. Coming out there in that blue car is Adam Blocker. He gets underneath one of the hackers, and it does take over 3rd position. Coming in, and Joe Branch is going to cycle into 4th as well.
Soup Larkamp back here, losing a couple of positions here early. Got both lines working here, Soup, in the first couple laps of the race.
Absolutely. I don't know how long that inside line is going to be able to work when these tires get a little bit old. But right now, it's working for Adam Blocker as he moves up into second and has Visions up first as he goes to the inside of Garen. New leader, points leader, Adam Blocker.
Boy, Blocker, really a good head of steam getting it started tonight. That's 5 spots now. Garen going for the front suit.
Wouldn't that mean green number 8 underneath, and he's going to lead the lap. Ron Hacker holding station in second now. The Hacker boys working hard. Take a look at who's really made their way through the field. Chris Stouffer in 12th position is up 8 spots.
Well, I'll tell you who else is on the move right now. Bob Mikus. We talked about him just a moment ago. Before the race started. Mikus up another 5 spots himself. He's digging here, and almost contact there from behind. Scott Johnson right off the right rear of Bob Mikus. And that was close.
There's anything that's worse than running into the series organizer on track, it's running into the race sponsor. Bob Mikus continues to race. Look at them, 2 wide farther back in the field. My goodness.
Ooh, 3 wide there.
Oh, my.
Yikes. Workman was the meat on that one.
He definitely was. Mikus was on the low side. Newcomer Dylan McKenna was on the top side as they raced for 18th spot. Now you're looking up front again. Nowhere for Ron Hacker to put the car. He tries to tuck it into the little pocket. Uh-oh. I hear trouble somewhere. I heard it, but I guess we're okay. Caution is out.
I think it was Ken Hacker, Soup. Contact with him and another car. I think it might have been Brian Beard. They were side by side.
Underneath them. Oh, I honestly don't think it was Brian's fault. I think Ken came down on him. Maybe a little ghost contact. We're right on board with Anzaldo. And then checking up in the back, if we can stay on this after this, we can go back to Dustin Weaver, car number 29. As he goes to check up, you'll see it in the back. Weaver gets into the back, I think it's Mercer. Yeah, Dustin Wardlow. Now this is long after the incident. Well, not long after, but as they start to slow down, the Candyman cannot get load up. Beak. And I think that's Mercer that he turns.
Yeah, it was, Soup.
Well, that was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, Crackers, I've been spoiled after last week where we went green the entire time.
Yeah,
Don't know if we're going to get one of those today, yeah.
What a race at Kansas that was, man. Green flag, and I know we all went into that race, even though it wasn't on the broadcast. I think there were some of us that had an expectation, and boy, did they, oof.
Yes, we went in, we were well hydrated and expecting a long one. That was not the case. Okay, there were 20 drivers who stayed out. Some of the big names who came in for a stop: Joe Branch, Andrew Kinsella, coming in. As we went, about 9 laps under green.
We got a few in. Got the rubber warmed up on these machines.
Hard charger right now, and this kind of ties into Sean being here. Richie couldn't be with us today, and Richie, we hope you're doing okay. Had some internet connection problems. Sean was gonna make his stuffing, his dressing today. He was getting ready to make that, but was not able to do that. And so my segue is into, since he couldn't do his stuffing, my segue is into talk about the hard charger, Chris Stouffer. And of course, Stouffer stuffing is one of the best you can get out of a box.
Oh.
Right now, Chris Racing in 6th position, up 13 spots. Our hard charger.
It really is okay, Soup. The dressing will get
Okay.
done. I can assure you it will get done.
Well, if it doesn't, you can always use Stouffer. That's what I'm just telling you right now. Lights are out. I'm gonna get, boy, these are quick yellow flags here at Gateway. If you're gonna name your racetrack Gateway, don't you think you should at least be in the state of Missouri? I just saying. All right, the lights are off. Time to go racing. Garen out in front, Adam Blocker in 2nd. Remember, Garen thinking big picture, trying to knock off whatever points he can to get back closer to the points leader when we go to that finale coming up in 2 races. Going green, Dan Garen leading the Stampede. Really, they are nicely filed out this time. Whoa, a single file makes a much better start.
You know, when they get that single file start going, it really spreads them out, Soup. You get a line right now that we see basically takes up a whole straightaway back into the turns.
They're more spread out now than they were before the yellow came out. They're much more strung out. There's a pass for the lead. And Garen's going to have a second ideas about that with the momentum on the top side. He's going to hang on. All right, this is Ron Hacker now. Sadly, the last Hacker remaining. Let's go ahead and check. Did Ken actually retire? Ken did. Oh, Ken's out there. Racing in 30th.
The last Hacker. That almost sounds like a movie, Soup.
It does indeed.
And Bobby Mikas is moving, man. He has now picked up another spot. He's up to P12. 13 spots.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, one of those guys that are into that, but you got to wonder if you're the race sponsor, maybe they don't bend the rules for you a little bit. Maybe Bob's got a special setup out there right now.
Kind of like
12.
Kind of like those Russian military games, Sue.
That's right. Oh, yeah. That was a good one. If you haven't seen HBO Sports, you want to watch that one tonight. Oh, Garen going the wrong direction. He's fallen back into 4th position. Maybe just biding his time. Maybe used up some of his stuff protecting, working that low line. Let's take this opportunity to show you our race analysis, how far we're going, what our pit window is going to be like. As you look at Garen going side by side. There you have it. We're going 160 laps. That's 200 miles. Max fuel stint 34, but they lie to us. Let's say 36. Oh my goodness. Dandy Dan was, woo, he was looser than a Christmas goose on that one. Gets it saved, falls back to 4th. And while that's going on, it's the stuffing man, Chris Stouffer, up in front, trying to make that inside line work. Adam Block will have none of it.
Soup, we've got some huge Von Hanson's fans in the chat.
That's good.
Yeah, that's real good. Christmas time, of course, a great time to visit Von Hanson's for some of your favorite holiday meats.
Well, I'm telling you, if you're at a loss for what to buy, the person who has everything, stick around because we've got some great sponsors that'll help you Christmas shopping. And now's the time to get that ordered. Garen working the low side there.
Yeah, but look what Grahula's doing just behind him up on the top side. Grahula's really getting that line to move, Soup. And teaming up with Hacker now. They're coming up alongside Dan here pretty quick.
That's Grahula in that citrus-flavored car. Right behind the blue and white machine of Ron Hacker. Started 10th, up 5 spots. It's got Beard, Goodman, Mikas, Weaver, and Graff behind him, rounding out your top. Riding on board with Grahula. They are coming behind him, though. As they are too wide, you look at those cars behind Grahula. On the top side, that's the Von Hanson's meat machine. Michael Goodman down low. They race side by side. Sean, both lines are working today. This is fun racing.
Yeah, it is, Soup. Really is. In fact, Garen looking like he's almost being a little bit held up there on that top line with Christopher right in front of him. I think Dan did an inspection there, wanted to take a look at what gear Chris was running there in the car.
Christopher comfortably out there now with a little bit of a lead. Good racing, good clean racing going on. What I always like to do is check in on our rookies. How are they doing? Well, that Moby's Dickies machine is in 8th position. That's Justin Weaver. Well, he's in 8th right now, but here comes the hotshot rookie going underneath him. Who else? Tyler Groff. Look for him to get that podium spot in the rookie standings. He moves up into 8th. We talked about Weaver. Larkamp is the man he's battling for that rookie championship. Larkamp back there in 15th. Oh, that blue and yellow car. That was Chris Sleepy Lanini, who I thought was going to come around a little bit. There's Sleepy Lanini.
Okay, now, Soup, we haven't given an update on the Bakersfield boy here in a while.
Yeah.
Remember, he started all the way at the back of the pack? Well, Galvin, for his efforts, has got himself up to 19 now. P19 for Jason Galvin.
And that, my friend, is a legitimate 19th because he actually made a pit stop. So Branch and Galvin are the leaders of the cars that actually stopped. Branch racing in 17th. Meanwhile, up in front, we don't mean to be nonchalant, be cavalier about a pass for the lead, but it's been happening a lot. It's Dandy Dan Guerin. Oh my goodness, as he hugs the inside line like a tight pair of Fruit of the Looms. Woo!
Soup,
for trying to go around the top.
Soup, this Von Hanson story continues. Apparently, a lot of Bob's co-workers there from Von Hanson's are watching the race this evening.
Hey.
I quote, they're all burnt from working Thanksgiving rush. So the Von Hanson's boys are watching Bob take it out on the track. There you go.
He's doing it right now as he is up to 4th from 25th. He is one of the 17 cars that did not pit that first opportunity. And now, well, that's a great shot there from the blimp. Gives you an idea of what it was really like. Look at him work underneath. That's that green machine of Dandy Dan Guerin. Blocker on the low side, loses momentum.
And Dan just, wow. The left portion of the left front wing just literally almost up under the tire of Stouffer that time.
Stouffer coming off that good finish last time out at Kansas.
Ooh, Guerin's got a shot here. I mean, nope, he's going to fall in behind.
Good racing going on. We're going to be looking at pit stops here pretty soon. Of course, Stouffer was involved in that near photo finish at Kansas. He came home 3rd. Had a good look at it, though. And Guerin, part of that battle as well. He was the winner.
Yeah, right now I look within the top 10, and really, Soup, it's packed full of guys that have really driven themselves from the back of the pack up and to the front. You know what that tells me? That means at the end of this race, we're probably going to have a very competitive field up at the front, all fighting for a victory. Right now, we got that green run we were looking for.
Ooh, Bob Mikas took a stab at the lead, lost momentum. My goodness. That is Mikas on the low side. Dandy Van Garen up top. A battle for second.
Oh, that was so close. And here comes Scarola. Looking for his piece of real estate. I think he's going to get it. Oh, he hasn't quite cleared, Bob.
And Bob's car having a hard time staying on the low line there. I'm telling you, James Scarola, if you're not listening to the broadcast, it's a good thing that you got around him.
Oh, and Mikas almost makes contact with Adam Blocker. Boy, things are all of a sudden starting to fall apart for Bobby.
I think he might have raced the wheels off of that machine to get from 25th to almost the lead. We're working lap number 35.
You'd see McKenna back there in the background. That's the multicolored car. He was trying to make it 3 wide there for a moment, Sue.
That's the funky, fresh, multicolored spectral car there, baby. All right. On our race analysis, we said they could go 34 laps. We've gone 36, but remember, some of those were on their yellow. But they did follow the pace car around for a pace lap to start the race, so it's got to be close to pit stop time.
Stouffer and Garin, they'll just keep trading blows here. And the Garin's in. And boy, he pulled off quick, Sue.
Yeah, I kind of hunch he was coming. He got to the inside. He wants to make sure he's in the position where he can get there. Frahula comes in. Ron Hacker, Beard, Workman.
That's like a ballet. They're all coming down together here.
Coming down. Now we're going to get more. Mike is involved in some. Oh, Blocker. It's an OJ drag race down there. Slow pursuit. They get it sorted out.
That even took me a moment to get that one, Soup. That was a slow burn on that one.
Okay. I'm a little high on tryptophan, I think.
Oh.
That's the drug in Turkey, right? Is that one? I don't want to.
Yes, tryptophan.
Okay. Don't want to confuse my drugs.
No, we never want to do that.
All right, there's a parade out of pit lane. Adam Blocker. My goodness. Looks like May Day in Red Square right now as the parade comes out. Blocker's going to lead him out of pit lane.
Boy, up front, the guys that are leading right now because they haven't taken a pit stop yet, Jason Galvin just bullied his way past Scott Johnson. Joe Branch is the leader of the race right now. He's got, 4.8 seconds on these guys.
If it was Arbor Day Eve instead of Thanksgiving Eve, I've had a better pun for Joe Branch leading, but nevertheless, Joe Branch out in front. Galvin in second. Scott Johnson in third.
All these drivers are right in that window now, Soup. Expect them to pull off just any moment here.
Good fighting going on. Right now, all those drivers that had to take that green flag pit stop are just hoping that it stays green until everyone has to cycle in.
Sad to report, it looks like Brian Yazik's been an early casualty, Soup. Looks like he might have been a victim of connection issue this evening.
All right.
Galvin.
From second, Branch stays out. Garen, Krahula, Blocker, Micas, McKenna, the leaders of all the cars who have pitted, all a lap down. I'm telling you, can we go to Garen right now in 13th position? He's in a pinata full of bees.
He certainly is, Soup.
It's a cornucopia full of hornets is what he's in right now. My goodness. There we go. There's on board with Dandy Garen.
Yeah, all these guys, just about, I think most of them all have to pit, Soup. Right? Yes.
Oh no.
Kinsella, it started with Kinsella. I'm trying to see where the contact started.
Oh, but this is interesting. Your 2 points leaders, Andrew Kinsella and Adam Blocker, get together.
Yeah. Blocker tries to shoot the gap here. You're going to see this on the replay, Soup. Watch this. Blocker in that blue and silver car just behind the green and silver car. I'm not touching that one. I'm the guest this evening.
What makes it worse? They're teammates.
Yeah. They better talk about that one afterwards there.
Now Justin Weaver also got involved in that one as Brian Beard got into it. Everyone gets checked up.
We're on board with Sam Ryman here. He's going to get a heck of a view.
Oh, where are you going to go? There he is.
Oh, good job by Sam there. And just barely avoids the grass. That could have been trouble for him there with that left front dipping it down there into the grass. Krahula was another one that just avoided that. And it was a simple flick of the wheel for Krahula. He just had to change his line. He just had to move up the track a little bit. But great vision, great reaction by him as we see a lot of drivers coming down to get those pit stops in. We had several drivers that were still out on track waiting to make those second stops, Soup.
Yeah, I think that's going to pay off for a lot of those guys. One of them, Joe Branch. All right, what we're going to do right now is take a break. Don't go far. We'll be back before we go green.
The SimPit is an entertainment channel dedicated to the world of simulated motorsports. The SimPit is a leader in providing the sim racing community with news, reviews, interviews, DIY pieces, and instructional videos to make sim racing a better experience for all. Check us out at thesimpit.com or go to YouTube and just search for the SimPit.
Welcome back to the Global Sim Racing Channel and the Lionheart IndyCar Series GSRC is proud to be a stallion in the iRacing Esports Network stable of broadcasters, bringing you the fun. Hanson's 200th, round 22 and 24 on the season 6 schedule. Now we're currently under yellow, working lap 50 of 160 laps this evening, and the Goodtimer Company is the maker of low-frequency products, better known as Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker products add instant immersion to any game, unlike a subwoofer that moves air and, of course, loses accuracy and force. Butt Kicker products move actual mass, producing a haptic immersion that's powerful and accurate. Butt Kicker products add that missing driver-to-car connection, bringing more realism and immersion to your session. See all the family of products at thebuttkicker.com. Use the promo code LION20 and get 20% off your order as we go back green, Soup.
The butt kicker right now is Joe Branch, as the pit window worked perfectly for him. He's ahead of Brandon Limkeman. All these guys stayed out, and then when that yellow flew from that incident, they all came in and they've all cycled to the front. 21 cars on the lead lap. You want to know where are the big names? Adam Blocker is back in 9th, Dan Guerin in 10th. Kinsella, well, have a catch. He's retired. Uh-oh.
Limkeman makes a mistake there, and that checks up Joe Branch big time and everybody behind him.
Branch, Limkeman right on the gearbox of Joe.
How about George Anzaldo sitting up here running in 3rd right now? You know, he had a great qualifying time, so I don't think the speed is a huge surprise. Let's see if luck can ride with him this evening. Battle for the lead, Soup.
Arizona, and it is Brandon Limkeman, and he's going to bring a friend with him. That is George Anzaldo, up into 2nd. Making a move underneath in the blue machine, that is the rookie Mark Cohn. How about Ed King Tutwiler in 5th? Looking ahead, that's Chris Sleepy Lanini in that fluorescent blue and yellow machine. Uh-oh, Limkeman in the wall. Everybody checks up. Brandon keeps that car up high. They go underneath him. Bad job for Brandon for putting it to the wall. Great job for Brandon for keeping it out of trouble. A true tip of the hat, wag of the finger incident for Brandon Limkeman.
That's a shame, Soup. Brandon was really pushing hard here. Maybe too hard. Just drives right into it. That obviously hurt the car. You can see the damage on the wing, pretty heavy.
Well, it was fun while it lasted for Brandon Limkeman.
George Anzaldo battling for the lead, trying to take it here, Soup. He's got it. George Anzaldo leading the race.
Well, that's been a long time coming for George.
Remember, he favors these short tracks, though, a former Iowa Speedway winner.
Good to see George up there. He's been disappointed with the season so far. He's got to be happy with how it's going here tonight. In fact, I'll tell you something. I believe this is the first laps that George has led all season. Oh, let me correct myself. He led 2 in the season opener. Been a long time following people. Now he falls back to 2nd because the rookie, Mark Cohn, is your leader. This is fun, a bunch of new names up here. Oh, Cohn and Anzaldo. getting to know each other.
Man, it is very, very tight back here in the midfield. Dandy Dan trying to work his way through just a bunch of traffic. So he's got Blocker down to the inside. Just, like I said, just a hornet's nest right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I apologize. I probably got the hopes up of you Chris Lanini fans. I thought Chris was up there in fourth, but actually he's a lap down. There are a few drivers that are trying to get their lap back. Stefan Larkamp up there as well in 22nd. Brian Beard, so we have quite a little of a mix. In fact, that's what Garrett is going through right now.
Yeah.
Is that kind of mixed bag of guys.
That's why I had trouble figuring out who all the drivers were in that mix, is because I guess I didn't initially realize there were some poor lap cars in the middle of that. Wardlow getting just a giant monster run just up in front of Dan there.
We're right on board with Garen. The big names are back there in about 6th position. Stouffer, Garen, Blocker, all in the mix, but they're also shuffled in with drivers like Larkamp, who's a lap down. Lanini up there as well. Up in front, it is Mark Cohn. Right now, all the Mark Cohn fans are screaming at GSRC. Can we get a little screen time for our buddy Mark Cohn? The usual mid-pack to back marker. Now he's up front. And truth be told, page 17 of the handbook says, if you got the series organizer up there in the lead too, get the camera on him. This is George Anzaldo, the man who pays our salary. Going underneath. Has a bit. Oh, he gets loose right in front of Joe Branch. Oh my goodness, that branch was pruned as he had to slow down to stay off the gearbox of Anzaldo. The Candyman Wardlow on the top side in fourth. Holy smokes.
This is just nuts right now, so it's very, very tense. I mean, where isn't there a side-by-side battle going on right now? It basically goes all the way through the back of the field. Now it's 3 wide back there. Kurhula in the middle of all that.
There is no place to hide. As this goes on, the Candyman takes a stab at it, can't make it work. Let me apologize, it wasn't the Candyman. It was George Anzaldo going low. Wardlow in fourth. I love the racing, but my mom would say you can only dance the tango so long in the china shop before you break some porcelain. And I'm telling you right now, those guys are doing some serious dancing.
Now things starting to maybe spread out a little bit. I'm just watching Ed Tutwiler back there fighting for 10th, and it's about to go 3 wide again as Kurhula looking to the inside. Dylan McKenna in the middle. Tutwiler's going to get the best of it and hold on to P10.
3 wide up front. Who's going to come out the best? Well, it's George Anzaldo. Look at the run, though, on the top side. Is there room? That's the Candyman! Cannot make it work. Oh, this is all fun until somebody loses an eye. Chris Stouffer now. Remember him? He's worked his way back up to near the front. Dan Garrett is there too. Stouffer has one of the faster cars. Finding somewhere to put it, there's just not enough pavement. He drifts up. Wardlow gives him just enough room. Stouffer now with no help down below. Looks like the top side's going to be faster. Not to be denied, Stouffer stuffs it in there. Dan Guerin getting the best view in the house, back and forth. Almost getting into it with Joe Branch.
I'm going to let you stay on that, Soup. I'm going to keep watching this battle back here for about P9, P10. It's just crazy. It seems to now just all of a sudden shuffled out. Now Ron Hacker's trying to get up there, and he just split Brian Beard and Scott Johnson, who were trying to work their way through the field.
Well, I tell you right now, whoever came up with this fixed setup deserves an extra slice of pumpkin pie tomorrow. These cars are racy. Chris Stouffer out in front. Mark Cohen now settles into second. We're showing you the battles up front, but Sean was talking about it. There's this type of racing all the way through the field.
Yeah, it absolutely, Soup. As I just struggled for the words at the moment, it's just absolutely nuts.
Oh,
and three wide keeps happening more than we're talking about for just moments, small moments. They go through wide. There's Guerin. Guerin
has had enough of this. He's coming in for a pit stop.
He came in first last time, Soup. Remember that.
Yeah, the problem is he comes in with all the chaos going on. I mean, the flag man has the yellow flag in his hand. He's like... All right, there's McKenna coming in.
Yeah, and a whole slew of cars right behind him, Soup. A lot of drivers taking this opportunity. Come on in now. Fast approaching the halfway point here, Sue.
Stouffer staying out, Cone staying out, what they want to do. Now they come in. Those guys are coming in. Who does stay out? Candyman, Dustin Wardlow, Joe Branch. Mercer still racing.
Yeah, and Mark Cone. Yeah, Cone looks like he can go longer than just about anybody at this point. Well, there's a few drivers actually still on that same with him, but it's a mix. Scott Johnson, George Ozzaldo, Ed Tutwiler, Galvin's in that, Sam Ryman, Michael Goodman.
Can you find Dan Guerin for me, Sean? Where did he cycle out in relationship to those guys?
Yeah, P20 right now is where he's sitting.
Because he came in near the front. In fact, he comes out, he's going around all these guys who are just coming out of the pits right now. Yeah. Stouffer, Blocker, Micus. Guerin blows by him.
Yeah, and Dan's got clear track right now. This is... honestly, this may be working out for Dan. He's not in that Hornets nest anymore. He's got nothing to deal with here but open track. If we watch this close battle on track now here on your screen, Wardlow just caught in the middle of this.
I heard, is it McKenna, I think?
Oh, yep. There was contact between McKenna and Micus. McKenna and Micus. Krahula gets involved in that upside down. And
Tyler Graff is there too.
Yep. He caught the end of it, Soup.
It starts with McKenna and Bob Micus. McKenna in that multicolored car. Micus gets into him. And then it's McKenna who's close. Now Micus is going to spin off to the inside. It's all going to happen off the tail of Micus here. He's going to spin away, and then McKenna's going to come in. Here comes the spin to the inside. And then it all happens, and then you can see them all gather up. McKenna comes in, gets into the back of McKenna, who is in there. We're going to ride on board with Krahula. Krahula almost gets through, and then he's going to end up a little shorter after this one. What? There we go. And up. Up. All right. Some of those guys did not come in and were able to stay out and take their pit stops now. Oh my goodness, coming out. Out of pit lane, Joe Branch. Now, I don't know, it's transparent, so I think it's okay. He kind of was in one of those space-time continuums with Scott Johnson. Since Joe was able to avoid that disaster, maybe we better not roll the dice anymore. Give a quick look at his driver profile. He's our spotlighted driver today. What we can do here on GSRC, we'll show you both the onboard camera and then a recorded picture of Joe out there racing. How about that? 73 starts, 2 away from celebrating the, I think it would be the golden anniversary. I have to check that up what 75 is. 73 starts, has yet to see the pole. Career wins, he's got a couple of those. Plenty of top 5s. And almost as many top 10s as he has half starts. 35, double that, 70. That's pretty good when you cut your starts in half and you got top 10s to match it. Pretty good. Good to see Joe Branch out here. Well, since we're not going to take a break, let's take this opportunity to get in another sponsor plug. How about HPP? Now, I told you about, we have our traditional plug that starts this thing, but how about we talk about what they're giving away? This is really cool. HPP, they're giving away, can you get this, a Formula Racing wheel valued at just under $1,500. That doesn't seem right. That's incredible. SLA Pro displays. 12-position rotary displays, momentary push button, 2-way toggle switches, rotary encoders and tactile feedback, integrated paddle shifters. Whoa! HPP hydraulic pedals and their accessory set the standard for simulation racing. Visit hppsimulations.com to check it out. HPP, designed to go fast, built to last. We talked about Adam Blocker leading in the points. Did I mention this or did I only think it? I'm not sure if I actually spoke this on the broadcast. He's looking to do the double and win not only the wheels, but also the racing pedals in the Retro Series is given away. Well, your leader, Mark Cohn. 17 cars on the lead lap. Brian Beard, unfortunately, the first car 1 lap down. Can we check in here? Are the lights off? Do I have time to do this? Lights are off. I just want to talk about Stefan Larkamp in 19th, 1 lap down. Who's next to him? Well, who else? Justin Weaver. Those 2 guys close together in the rookie points and on the track. Boy, they are evenly matched. All right. We are going to be working lap number 85. We're past the halfway mark of this 160-lap race. The beautiful Medina Mendez takes the pace car into pit lane. We're in the green again, and it is the rookie, Mark Cohn, out in front. Dustin Wardlow started 29th, up into 2nd position. Matthew Mercer, George Ansaldo.
You know who else is missing from this race tonight, Sue? Pierre Degla, not the only one taking the night off. Big Joe Hassert. The Big Joe Show is not here. He's actually at his parents' house. They're all sitting around watching the race right now.
Okay, so he's not Canadian. He is actually celebrating Thanksgiving.
That's correct, yes. Big Joe is not Canadian. He is...
I'm telling you.
What is Minnesota? Minnesotan? I don't remember.
Yes, that's close enough to Canada, our director says. And let me tell you, last round was the Big Joe Show Spectacular. I bet you that Thanksgiving dinner is going to be something spectacular as well. But right now, out there in front, it is Mark Cohn. I'm telling you, it's like the kids at the kid table all of a sudden have stolen Thanksgiving dinner. They've got the wine and champagne at their table. Cohn, Wardlow, Mercer, Johnson. Great names up here. And Zalda.
Yeah, Stouffer back here still trying to make his way, Soup. He's trying every line on the track to get back through this field and back up to the front.
Oh, my.
Oh, and he just got held up there by Bart Workman, who's back running in 21st. That really killed Stouffer's run.
Held up was putting it politely. Now Stouffer with a move underneath. Had enough of that skid mark racing machine of Bart Workman.
They made a big mistake, Soup.
Yeah?
He's from Wisconsin. Big Joe's Wisconsin, not Minnesota. Yeah, that's a bad one to make, too. That's...
Well, that one I know. He's a Wisconsinite.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty bad about that right now because I may have started an internet a war up there.
Oh, confusing Wisconsin with Minnesota is like confusing Sweden with Norway. It's all kind of the same thing.
And now you're trying to turn this into an international incident, Soup. Thanks. Wonderful.
All right, we look at this battle going on here. Some good racing. Up in front, it's still Cohn comfortably out in front. The intensity up there, little bit hot. Galvin taking a peek underneath, but really, what we were looking at was pretty darn intense.
Boy, just finding out all kinds of information about the field this evening, Sue.
Okay.
Mark Cohn has a very unhealthy passion for watches. Oh, and the caution's out. Johnson with trouble. Oh no!
My. He got into the gearbox of Tutwiler and then checked up.
Oh, that's what happened. Yeah, it was his checkup that caused the contact from behind. Oh, man.
Boy, and Beard gets a part of him and turns him around. And then I think it went on after that. Right on board with Johnson.
Yeah,
Really, the one you might want to watch is poor. Oh, he's last to the scene. We can get another look with Robert Blue on onboard camera. Robert, you might have want to bet on the binders a little bit earlier here. Just saying. I'm not sure where you thought you were going, unless the yellow flag hadn't come out yet. Whoa, ow! Boy, it comes up on you in a hurry.
Sure does.
I can hear Bluen saying right now, Soup, you get out here and drive one of these. All right, we're going to stay here with you. We'll go to a break after the pit stops are done. That is Wardlow coming in. Cohn has come in as well. Sean, I lost attention there. What were you telling us about Mark Cohn before the incident?
So he is a watch collector.
A watch collector?
Yes, but I hear he has a very unhealthy amount of those watches. Sometimes, you can collect too much, right?
Yes.
I actually, you know what? I was kind of into the watch thing myself at one point, too. In fact, I have one of those railroad grade pocket watches from, I believe it's an 1885 sterling silver pocket watch. With all the moving gears and springs in it and everything. But yeah, anyway, so shout out to Mark Cohn, who's having just a tremendous run this evening. The Californian going to slot out after all the pit stops and everything there. Soup, he's running fourth.
Okay. So here's how it shakes out. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will come back and get you the green flag. Don't go far.
The Sim Pit is an entertainment channel dedicated to the world of simulated motorsports. The Sim Pit is a leader in providing the sim racing community with news, reviews, interviews, DIY pieces, and instructional videos to make sim racing a better experience for all. Check us out at thesimpit.com or go to YouTube and just search for The Sim Pit.
You're watching the iRacing Esports Network. This is the Global Sim Racing Channel's coverage of the Lionheart IndyCar Series. We are going green for the Von Hanson's 200, working lap number 98. It is the kid from Bakersfield, Jason Galvin, out in front, and he's got a cushion. Stefan Larkamp, Justin Weaver, Bart Workman, all on the lap behind him. You got to go way back. Chris Lanini in that one too. You got to go way back to the Candyman. Back in second position, 4 cars behind the leader right now. Let's focus on second right now because Weaver's going to want to get around these guys as quick as he can. That blue car. That's the Watchman, Mark Cohn. Trying to see if he can get around George and Zaldo.
We got a nickname for Cone now, don't we?
We do. Right now.
Oh!
No! Careful! He
George.
gathers it up. He's still trying to save it. George and Zaldo. Oh, my goodness.
We got a replay from above.
Looser than my belt buckle after Thanksgiving dinner. Watch this one. Oh, whoa.
Talk
And
about
it
getting on
keeps
the
going.
binders. Man,
Oh,
it's a great job by everybody around him, too, to have the awareness to, you know, to make an evasive move without just causing a major incident there.
I'm telling you, he's still trying to find his rhythm. In fact, something's wrong. He's coming in. I'm not sure if that pit stop is going for mechanical or biological.
Yeah, it was definitely a
My
it was
gosh.
definitely a moment.
It was a moment indeed. Let's focus back in now as we ride on. This is perfect. Our director right where we want to be. This is Galvin. Now right behind him, that's Larkamp. He's not in the mix. He's a lap down. It's just hilarious. Larkamp being chased by who else? Justin Weaver. Those 2 rookies, nose to tail right now. Chris Sleepy Lanini going underneath. They're all a lap down. It's the Candyman that they're trying to find a way up to the leader, and I think he's going to get there. Boy, this has been entertaining racing.
It really has, Soup. It's been action-packed since the drop of the green flag when we got started this evening. The number of drivers that come from all the way in the back of the pack. Look at them 3 wide
Oh.
here, Soup. Jeez. Stouffer's hitting it.
That was Stouffer. Taking it deeper than beatnik poetry, was able to make it stick. Goes around those guys. He's going to try it again. Now that is Larkamp, remember, not in the mix for a position, but fighting with Weaver, who's in there behind. Stouffer finally clear of all the chaos. He's got a clear view of Jason Galvin. Galvin. Going underneath. Oh my goodness, is Stouffer good down low? And you know
Seems
what
like-
may account for that, Sean?
Yeah, tires.
Yeah.
Tires. Galvin's kind of the odd man out up here right now, though, Soup. He's going to get into that. If this thing stays green, he's going to get into that pit window long before everybody else does.
Galvin, though, hey. New tires, old tires, be darned. He doesn't care as he gets the spot back. They continue to race. Galvin hailing out of Bakersfield. If you're born and raised in Bakersfield, come on the YouTube chat and explain. I understand the born part. The race part I do not understand. Why are you still there? Look at this. This is Stouffer trying to find a way around.
The craziness just continues, Soup. It's Matthew Mercer now trying to really just bring himself into this top 5.
Right.
He's working on Branch at the moment. Had to get by the Stephen Larkamp, who's now a lap down here.
Well, the top 5 guys have all cleared themselves of the chaos that was Lanini and his guys. Now Guerin is clear of them too. Guerin up into 6. Branch has cleared them as well. So now all the guys on the lead lap moving up front. And my goodness, they are really together. The one car down low. Well, now there's 2 cars down low. Cone back there second on the low side. Blocker out in front.
And that pit stop for Anzaldo before just wasn't, Soup, he's been disqualified, unfortunately. He picked up some Phantom 4Xs, apparently, from that incident, and he's over the limit.
And that just goes to show you how honest they are here at the Lionheart Series. The series organizer, DQ'd. Boy, look at that blue car underneath. That is Mark Cone up into second. And I have been once more informed that that car is pink. Thank Mom and Dad for my bad rods and cones. Look at the pink car on the top side now.
Boy, Cone almost had another moment there with Galvin. Had to get out of it, had to get out of the line, and now this is openness for Stouffer. Stouffer looking to take the lead here, Soup.
Oh, man, they are so close. Cone backs out a little bit. Now he gets a run. He has a good run back in third. Stouffer down low, Galvin up top. Front 2 guys. How long can Galvin stay out there on those tires? He's been out there for 32 laps. If he does want to pit, he's not going to be able to do it from that racing line. Two by two, like animals getting on the arc.
Yeah, that's how
And here comes the crazy unicorn underneath, doing what he doesn't belong. That is Adam Blocker. I learned that in Catholic elementary school, why there are no unicorns. They were not paying attention when the animals were loading on the ark. Here comes, oh, that is Guerin gets squeezed by Jason Galvin.
Guerin wanted to put it in there. He wanted to present the nose, and Galvin was having none of it. Behind Guerin, is that Branch and Jennings going at it?
Yeah,
there?
we got to look at
Jenkins.
this.
I'm sorry, Jenkins.
Paul Jenkins. Who the heck is Paul Jenkins? Car number 35. Right now, he's got a run as he tries to get underneath the Candyman of Dustin Wardlow. Paul Jenkins.
That's Leroy's little brother.
It is not Leroy's little brother. Qualified in 18th. up into 7th right now. You gotta love the Lionheart IndyCar Series. You're watching it on the iRacing Esports Network. We are so proud to be on here. Global Sim Racing Channel bringing you this coverage. Round 22.
Watch out for Garen. He's looking to strike back here. Spidey sends
Oh!
Galvin gets borked there. No, Dustin Wardlow gets right next to him.
Oh, where is Wardlow going as Wardlow gets into the back of Cone?
I think
How are they still racing?
Might have made contact. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see any damage on that wing of Wardlow. I don't think he made contact.
Well, I think Mark Cone's going to need to see a chiropractor because he had Wardlow's nose cone in his back. Oh my gosh, watch this. There it is. Well, the first one started with Galvin going into blocker, and then Galvin checked up, and then Cone had to get off it, and then Wardlow got into the back of him. My gosh. Concertina effect. Hey, we're in America. It's the accordion effect.
And here comes Galvin. Galvin's in.
All right. Well, we knew it had to happen.
Hey, he got 39 laps out of it. That was definitely pushing into the edge.
39 laps and a lot of GSRC screen time. So now he's got to hope that it does stay green. Up front, it's Adam Blocker and Chris Stouffer and Dan Guerin. I got to check my records, but are those not the 3 cars that were involved in the photo finish last time out at Kansas? Was Blocker one of them as well? I believe it was.
Couple other pitters here. Larkamp's in. Weaver's in, Soup. These would be the last pit stops for these drivers, Soup. Based on the fuel numbers we've seen so far tonight.
37 to go? Really? Okay. See?
Well, I mean, we just saw Galvin come in on that was on 39.
39. A little bit of yellow involved in there, but okay.
That's true. There was. And if this goes green, maybe 39 won't be that number. Maybe it'll be a little bit more like 37. But I still think they're in that window.
That's why I should never believe the race analysis we put up for you. That said 34. Take it and then take it and then add about 3 or 4. Because they've managed to do it to us every time.
More drivers coming in. I see Moeller, Sam Ryman coming off now.
Sam's a good indicator that you can go. Sam would, unless it's totally empty, he wouldn't bring that in unless he knew he could get to the end. Can we focus on the driver in 4th? Paul Jenkins, car number 35. Woohoo! What a run. I'd like to give you some up-close and personal info about Paul Jenkins. I know absolutely nothing.
Well, I know he is their newest member. This is his debut this evening.
Okay.
And okay, I'll leave it alone.
Out there racing in the Olympus painted machine.
Yeah, John Player Special IndyCar there.
Blocker, Guerin, Stouffer, Wardlow. All familiar names. Paul Jenkins, one we don't know. Seems to have really good car control, really good racecraft, racing in 5th. The veteran Joe Branch in 6th. My timing and scoring is not happy right now. Sean, are you able to tell who cycled out of all the pit stops? Is it the...
Yeah,
would
Adam
be Guerin?
Well, Blocker's in the lead. Guerin second currently.
But of the cars that came in for that recent stop, is it That'd be Garrett, probably. Oh, Galvin is leading.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yes, Galvin is the leader of all those stops. That's correct.
Okay.
Yes. And we had a couple more just peel off. Goodman, Lanini off the track.
My wonderful piece of software stuck at 2 minutes and 22 seconds. So we'll just lean on my partner here to help us out. Galvin, the leader of all the cars who've pitted so far. And I think he's going to stay that way. Rolling off now. Here comes some guys rolling off now. This is Goodman. Goodman comes off. Let's see if Galvin is going to get him. Galvin does. Galvin goes around.
Yeah, a lot of cars coming off again here. Stouffer, Jenkins, Matthew Mercer, Eddie Tutwiler just pulled out of his box.
Galvin across the start-finish line. Another driver that's in the same kind of situation back there, I think, is...
Oh, and boy, the rest of the leaders all just pulled off the track, led by Adam Blocker. They're all coming in, Sue. Dan Guerin had to check hard coming across the line.
Because Galvin came in early, I got to think those tires are going to pay off a benefit here. I think he's going to get the lead.
Let's see. Galvin's got Sam Ryman dead in his tracks.
Stouffer coming out on track right now. And Galvin goes by.
Sorry, that was Justin Weaver, who was dead in Galvin's track.
Weaver a lap down, yeah.
Yeah, Sam sitting right behind Weaver there.
Ryman is in business. Now looking as we ride on board here with Guerin coming out. But once again, Guerin's going to get out. Let's see if Galvin gets him. I think Guerin's going to get it up to speed first. The Bakersfield guy is coming. Galvin gets it rolling. Look at the momentum now. Here he comes. It takes a while to get those Dallara IR18s up to speed. And it is Galvin getting him. And he's going to be your leader. The tires are older, but he's in front. Is Samuel Ryman a legitimate position here? Is he in the mix?
That's as real as it gets, baby. Oh! Sam rides right up on Galvin there. Go get him, Sam.
Oh, Sam wants the lead. When the opportunity knocks, you got to take it. Oh, he cannot get the lead.
Guys better be careful. He'll take him to the cleaners, Sue.
Oh, that's very
I'm
good.
sorry. I couldn't resist.
As Samuel Ryman racing out there in the, what's his sponsor? The Martinizing?
1 hour Martinizing. 1 hour Martinizing there, Sue.
Oh, he begins to fade. We hope that Ryman can go the distance. I'm not sure if he can. I'm not sure if Galvin can. I know one guy who can. Chris Stouffer, your new leader. We're hearing from people who have better numbers than me that Ryman should be able to get there. But Galvin may not. Goodman in 5th position. Now, right behind these guys, can we go to 14th overall? It's still in the lead pack. This is Justin Weaver. In 14th, Chris Lanini underneath them. And who else we're going to find in there? Stephen Larkamp as well, I think. Yep, back in 16th.
You cut the tension with a knife right now, Sue. Just kind of on pins and needles here. We don't want anybody to mess up here at this point. I think
No.
the drivers in the field want to see this go green to the end.
Dan Guerin dives underneath Stouffer. Samuel Ryman somehow is in 3rd. Sam qualified. Okay, now let's give Sam a break here. He qualified 12th. We just didn't hear much of him early on.
Well, he's playing the long game. He's played his hand very, very well. And he's still playing it very well, letting these two fight up in front of him, just keeping him at arm's length and waiting for his time. And that time, Sue.
What time is it, Sean?
It's time to boogie, baby. Let's drop that disco ball down. It's an all skate here at Gateway Motorsports Park. Go get him, Sam.
I'm so glad you're here. You do that so much better than me. Ryman back there.
How long you think Martin Ising's been around, Sue?
62 years.
That's not bad. 1949 when they started. The largest dry cleaning provider in the United States.
I'll tell you right now. Samuel Ryman would like to take these guys to the cleaner. Back in third. Big names up in front. Chris Stouffer, Dandy Dan Guerin, Samuel Ryman in third. Jason Galvin, can he get to the end? We don't know. Looking underneath Ryman right now.
Yes,
Michael
he
Goodman
is.
back there in fifth.
Sam had a moment there where he struggled on the turn. It brought Galvin into the picture, but Sam did a really good job of collecting it back together here, and he's got Galvin in the mirror.
Branch, Moeller, and Wardlow going 6th, 7th, and 8th, but really out of the mix right now. These laps are going to go by pretty quick. Guerin and Stouffer. Stouffer and Guerin, depending where you look at them up front. Ryman holding off Michael Goodman. That car down low. That is Goodman. The car up on top, that is Jason Galvin. They come at you right now. The fluorescent blue machine you also see in the mix, that's Chris Lanini. He's a lap down. $15 to go.
You know who we're not talking about, very, very well capable of pulling this off. That's Michael Goodman. Super. I think we've just been remiss to not talk about him. He's playing it very smart at the moment. Trying not to overdrive the car, to save a little bit something left in those tires.
Now, there is a third car in the mix. It is Paul Jenkins now. He's third in line, right behind the second place driver of Dan Guerin. He's 18th. Paul was having a great run. Now sitting, he's 3 laps down. I apologize. He's had some issues. Stouffer and Guerin beginning to pull away.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Paul got messed up in the pits down there somehow.
Well, I think, what happened really up front was Samuel Ryman was the cork in the Asti Spumanti and really held up Galvin and Goodman as they have lost touch with the leaders now. Galvin and Goodman finally got around Ryman, who's now relegated back to 5th. Now Jason Galvin gets underneath Jenkins, but he's got 0.6 of a second to get up to the duet in front. And these guys are a familiar duet. Simon and Garfunkel, Sonny and Cher, Stouffer and Guerin. Try to get a reference from this century soup.
Can I get a shout out
go.
Can I get a shout out for Bogey and Bacall?
That's okay. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Where I'm going, Laurel and Hardy would be more like it. Da Vinci and Michelangelo. All right, here we go. Stouffer and Guerin coming around. 10 laps to go. That's 12.5 miles because I can do the math. Here comes Jason Galvin. He's in the tow. He's only 0.4 of a second back now. Does he have enough fuel?
I think these guys are going to be okay on fuel. Well, boy, Galvin's going to be pushing it, isn't he?
Be 39 laps if he can do it.
Yeah, I don't think he can do that again without the help of a yellow. So I was wrong by what I said earlier. Galvin definitely wants a yellow at this point. Man, this race has been fun.
This has been fun. I'm glad you joined me, Richie Hearn. We miss you. Hurry back. 2 more to go, baby. I tell you who's joining it right now, Jason Galvin. Maybe he can get up here, save a little bit of fuel in the tow of Dan Garrett. One car that is in pit lane, Bart Workman.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Here he goes underneath. His car is lighter than everybody else because he has no fuel. Oh, he almost gets into Garrett. They keep going straight. Michael Goodman says, thank you very much. A quick replay from up top. There goes Galvin. Watch this car drift up.
Boy, and Dan Guerin, just as cool as a cucumber, man. He didn't make any kind of wild reactive move there. He just stayed in it, held his line. Was giving a little trust to Jason there that he wouldn't come all the way up and into him. Great work.
All that nonsense from Galvin has brought Samuel Ryman back in the mix now. Sitting in 4th with 5 to go. Here goes Galvin again underneath. It didn't work before. This time a bit of a slide job. Guerin says, slide all you want. I'm just going to slip underneath you. Guerin hangs on to 2nd, but he doesn't want to fool around with Galvin because he needs to focus on Stouffer. Samuel Ryman in the toe, Ryman in the wall, but he keeps it going. Gearbox to nose cone, Stouffer and Guerin. Galvin underneath again, it doesn't work. Ryman up to 3rd. Coming out of 4. Guerin playing chess right now. And
Galvin's, yeah, he had to give up the ghost.
Cinderella has a curfew as Galvin comes in for a pit stop. We think Ryman is good to go. 2 to go from here. It is Chris Stouffer. He really would like the win after being denied last time out. Dan Guerin has been hotter than a curling iron on Venus of late. Racing in 2nd, looking to pick up another win and keep that interval close enough to steal the championship in California. The white flag is waving. Where does Stouffer put the car? He's got a car length lead on Guerin. Ryman back there in the popcorn position watching the show with no momentum. They're out of 2. 2 corners to go. Stouffer weaves the car down low. Now he moves it up high. Now he brings it back down low again. Out of 4. Guerin with a run. I don't think he's going to get there. The Von Hansons meets 200. Goes to Chris Stouffer. Guerin takes 2nd. Samuel Ryman gets a podium spot. Goodman and Branch.
My, oh my, what a race.
Woo. 12 cars on the lead lap. The last one being the Watchman, Mark Cohn. Adam Blocker, your points leader. Well, he has to settle for 11th. But that's still pretty good nose because Andrew Kinsella, the man he's racing, gets 29th. We won't mention why Kinsella finished 29th. The racing is over here at Gateway. But you know this, our broadcast is far from done. We're going to take a short break, but we will come back on the iRacing Esports Extra and the Global Sim Racing channel to bring you the Plasma Tracks post-race checkered flag. You like it? It's the wrap-up show. Back in a few. streaming cyberspace into your place via the iRacing Esport Network. Welcome back to the Global Sim Racing Channel and the Plasma Tracks Victory Lane post-race extravaganza. Hey, you know what? The holiday season is coming. Listen, pay attention. If you're struggling to find something for the person who has everything, do I have the website for you? Plasma-tracks.com not only produces original track wall art, motorsports trophies, home decor, and motorsports fabrications are also available. Words cannot do justice to the uniqueness of their wares. Now, it won't fit in a stocking, but I'm telling you, the only way to fully appreciate their artwork is to see it for yourself. But be warned, one visit, and the next thing you know, you'll be trying to convince your spouse why you need a plasma track wall art under your tree. See it all at plasma-tracks.com. Use the promo code LRS 2018. They're going to change that code pretty soon to get 25% off your order. So that's 25% off the order. Here's 100% of the HPP finishing order. Chris Stouffer. Boy, he finished third last time out at Kansas in that exciting photo finish. He gets the win today. Dandy Dan Guerin has to settle for second. You think there's favorites here at GSRC? We have no idea how our Samuel Ryman got to third place. Nice run from him as he gets that podium spot. Michael Goodman and Joe Branch round out your top 5. Back half of your top 10, Ron Hacker, Matthew Mercer, the Candyman, Dustin Wardlow, Mitchell Moeller, a good run from him, 17th to 9th, and Ed King Tutwiler, a top 10. Crackers?
All right, and I'll take the next 10. That's going to start with Adam Blocker with an 11th place finish for him. Mark Cohn going to come home in 12th tonight at number 39. Chris Lanini with a big number 13th place this evening. Jason Galvin, that pit stop just ended his race, and he'll take 14th. 15th going to go to Justin Weaver in that Moby Dickie's Delara. Stephen Larkamp will finish 16th tonight. 17th going to go to Paul Jenkins, who's enjoyed quite a bit of time up near the front tonight. 18th going to go for Bart Workman in the 09. George Anzaldo, an unfortunate victim this evening. He'll finish 19th. Brian Beard going to round out our top 20.
Hitting blackjack. It is Scott Johnson, Robert Bluen behind him in the double duck spot. Scott Bolster, our sponsor, Bob Micus for Von Hanson's Meat in the 24th position, just ahead of James Krahula. Dylan McKenna, Tyler Groff, Brandon Limpkeman, Andrew Kinsella, the man second in the points. My goodness, he's going to lose some right now. And Dan Garrett is going to be really close as he picks up more points for him up in second. Ken Hacker, boy, we saw him early on before misfortune fell his way with Brian Yosick in 31st, falling to internet connection problems. Okay, it is interview time. And I'm not sure who they're going to give me. The first person I'm going to get to talk to is our race winner, Chris Stouffer. Chris, we talked about you almost getting the win last time out. Well, the racing gods were kind, and they said you deserve one. Good going as you held off Dan Garrett.
Oh, yeah, the gods were very kind today, I must say. I drove through that field 3 times. I started 19th, and, I mean, just the fact I was able to do that, keep my nose clean, get back on pit cycle, and then hold Dan off there at the end. I mean, you know, what more can you ask for? That was great.
The first drive-through I saw happen, once those pits came out and you got caught out by that yellow flag, man, it was hectic back there. That I was really worried for all you guys, you and Garen and all you guys that were working your way through the.
Yeah, it was difficult driving through the pack after, especially all those lap cars, and I understand they all want to get their lap back and everything, but gosh, it made it a lot more stressful. That's
all right. Let's jump you to the end. Finally you two broke away, so it really was, instead of a 5-car battle, it was only a 2-car battle. What was your thinking there? Just race fast, or was there a line you wanted to protect?
Well, you know, that's the thing here. I wanted to protect high in 1 and 2, and then in 3 and 4, you wanted to be low, but at the same time, somebody could get enough draft on you to poke their nose up and have that high line going into 1 and 2 again. So, you know, going to the end, I had no idea what Dan was going to do. I noticed for several laps there, he had a chance to, force the issue, and he didn't. So I knew he was biding his time and waiting to make his move at the end. I just didn't know when he was going to make it. And looks like, or I think with 1 to go or 2 to go, he went high, and I went high to try to take the line away, and that ended up being the race right there.
When did you know you had it? 4? Were you feeling good out of 4?
Oh yeah, that after at 4 definitely. I mean, it's hard to say really, because the draft was so strong and everything. Yeah. I was definitely looking at my rear view as much as I was trying to look forward. So.
Got it. Hey, well, congratulations on the win. You've been hot lately. Way to close out the season.
Yeah, it seems to be my my forte, right? Second half of the season, I come on strong. So hopefully next year I can just keep that momentum going and have a good season, get a top 5, something like that going, because I'm up here racing with the guys every week, and hopefully we can get a little bit more consistent next season.
Chris Stouffer, our winner today, as he hopes to get season 7 started right away. He just needs it to start up as soon as he can. Okay, who you got, Sean?
I've got Dandy Dan Guerin, and you know what? I want to start by maybe getting this on a little bit personal level with Dan. Dan, earlier this season, I rode you pretty hard in a public forum. I gave you I talked a little smack with you, and maybe got you a little riled up, man. This second half charge has been amazing. What a running night! Congratulations.
Oh, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I remember you giving me a little razz about that here towards the beginning of the season when I was having all that bad luck, and finally got that monkey off my back come to Charlotte, and it's just been great ever since. I mean, even since the Indy 500, when I just about had blocker coming off turn 4, had the run, caution comes out to end the race, so I got second there. But from like the next 2 races on, it's just been really good, consistent runs that I needed pretty much all season, which it wasn't having. But really making that charge here late, aren't I?
Yeah, you are, just in time to maybe win a championship, Dan. Is that possible? Do you think you can pull this off?
It's possible mathematically, yes. Blocker had issues last race. He had issues this race. I don't know what happened, because we pitted together and on that last stop, and next thing you know, he's sitting like 12th place. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if he sped in his pit or slid through it or what he did, but if I could catch a race like that, then all the better. But next week we're heading to Road America, where it's a road course, and he excels quite well at them. So I would say probably give that one to him, but I'm hoping at least the top 5 to keep this thing close.
All right, keep it close. That's the focus. And big day planned tomorrow, Dan.
No, just kind of take it easy tomorrow. Wife has to be on call this week, so can't really do a whole lot. Yeah, I can't really go out of town there like we wanted to, but we're going to do a little something Friday night and just kind of relax for the next few days.
All right. Well, you do that, and we'll see you back on the track here soon. Dan, keep plugging away, buddy. I think there may be some gold in there, them hills for you, my friend.
Well, I can only take it one lap at a time and one race at a time, and we're quickly running out of laps and races. But give a quick shout out to my 2 teammates here, Ron Hacker. 2 weeks in a row, he started up on the front row with me. Excellent job, buddy. I really love that. Dustin Wardlow, he's also got a top 10. Great points tonight for us there too. And then give a shout out there to my sponsors here, Lock Precision, Dave Barber, Midwest Simulation, Scott Rupp, and Sim Racers for Mental Health.
And there we have it, Dan Guerin, our second place finisher today. Now we get to talk to the man who got himself a podium, Samuel Ryman, our GSRC compadre. Sam, how'd you do that?
Bit of late pit strategy, honestly. A couple of laps before I pit on lap 125, I said to my teammate Mitchell Molo was running right behind me. I said, hey, you know what? We're only going to fall a lap down if we short pit. This pack in front of us is crazy. Let's get the heck out of here. So we both came in, had clean track to ourselves. We were working with Jason Galvin, who I worked out quickly. He ain't got enough fuel to make it to the end. And then I saw Dan Guerin coming out of the pits. I'm like, let's go for this. Let's try and take a lead. I lost a bonus point earlier on because I had a 4X with some netcode contact. It didn't trigger any kind of accident, but still cost me a bonus point. I'm like, let's get a bonus point back for leading a lap, and tried that. It didn't work. In fact, it had the opposite effect. It murdered my tyres. And the only thing keeping me up there in third or fourth place or whatever in the closing laps was that high lane. Well, Stouffer and Gavin had contact coming out of 4 with about 2 laps to go. And I realised the only way I'm going to get by them is going in the low side in turn 1. And my car's just not going to stick. I'd better just stay high and keep good men by me. So that's what I did. I was hoping they'd hit again, maybe. Not enough to wreck, but just enough. Slide up a track, give me a door. Never happens. Well done, Stouffer. Well done, Gavin. I am as surprised as you guys probably are.
Well, I want to talk to you about being surprised, because after the retro race, you told our director that, I think I'm going to get a podium here at Gateway. Were you joking? I guess you were, huh?
I don't recall saying that.
Well, you were.
I remember.
After the 79, I guess after the weekend's race.
Okay, must have happened. I believe Andre, that's just him. But
psychic and didn't know.
I do remember the last thought I had before the start of this race was my retro race here finished on lap 3 in the wall in turn 2, and let's try and beat that. I did.
There you go. Congratulations on that 3rd place finish. Samuel Ryman. Talk so much you can't remember everything, he says. All right, finally, we get to talk to the Watchman. Sean's going to get to this one. I'm excited to hear this interview. I want to hear about the collection. Go ahead, Sean.
Oh, okay. Well, first I got to ask Mark if he approves of the nickname that has been bestowed
the
upon him this
baby,
evening.
The Watchman. That works.
Mark, do we have your approval to run with that?
Oh man, yes. I feel like I was keeping time tonight, so I'll definitely take that one any day. Thank you.
Well, listen, Mark, it was an exciting race this evening, action packed. You were in the middle of that for a great portion of the race. Talk to us about the rush, the adrenaline that must have been flowing through you there at those very tense moments on track.
Oh my gosh, I was just so happy. My Pink Panther race car just had so much speed tonight. I was just along for the ride, doing everything I could there, and I was just shocked I could lead as much as I did. I think that might have been the first time I led any laps in Lionheart. So right now, I'm just overjoyed, and it was just a lot of fun racing these guys. There were some scary moments where like, yikes, but it was just a lot of fun. Very, very clean with all these Lionheart guys. What a great.
Well, Mark, so we had some information about you revealed to us this evening. We understand you've got a pretty impressive collection of watches. Tell us about it.
Well, long story short, I've got my first nice watch 2 to 3 years, and then ever since then, it's been out of control. I do have a lot of them, unfortunately, or fortunately, so I am rotating quite a bit.
So, what kind of watches we're talking about? Wrist watches, pocket watches, a combination of both? What do you have?
Gosh, just wrist watches. Basically anything from an automatic watch to a chronograph like the Citizen Eco Drive I'm wearing tonight.
All right.
I have a ton of different stuff, almost too many to count. It's crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what, thanks for being part of a crazy race tonight. And, man, I have a feeling we might get to talk to you from Victory Lane sometime in the near future. With 2 left to go, we'll hold out hope for you, buddy. Thanks.
Thank you. And while I'm at it, I'd really like to give a quick shout out to my sponsor, Harpoon Design. They painted my Pink Panther race car. They do the absolute best paint schemes I can think of in iRacing. That's harpoondesign.com. Sam Maxwell Customs. I was actually using a Sam Maxwell IndyCar Delara wheel tonight. Sam Maxwell just makes the absolute best custom rims, period. SamMaxwellCustoms.com. Can't go wrong with them. And last but not least, SimLab. They make some amazing equipment from cockpits to triple monitors to actually an OSW
wheel mount that I actually am using with the Fanatic Club Sport mounting clamp. They just do so much amazing stuff. That's sim-lab.eu. Thank you. And of course, GSRC. Thank you guys for putting on the coverage of this amazing race.
And our thanks to Mark Cohn there, Soup. What an interview, man.
That was a good interview.
He's got his sponsors down, man. That's the way you got to roll. That's pro, man. That's pro level stuff.
I guarantee you, Harpoon Design did not paint the Moby Dickie's machine. Okay, I'd like to thank since 1983, Von Hanson's has delivered a personalized full service in a family old-fashioned meat market environment. They offer a large variety of ever-expanding selections of meat products and menu ideas ranging from casual gatherings to special occasions. For more information, please visit vonhansons.com. First Medical Equipment. They've been the source of medical supplies and equipment in the Burlington area for years because of their superior commitment to provide the absolute best in product quality and customer service. Crackers?
All right, Butt Kicker Products add instant immersion to any game, Soup, unlike a subwoofer that moves air and, of course, loses accuracy and force. Butt Kicker Products move actual mass, producing a haptic immersion that's powerful and accurate. Butt Kicker Products add that missing driver-to-car connection, bringing more realism and immersion to your sessions. See all the family of products at the Butt Kicker, thebuttkicker.com. Use the promo code LION20. LION20, that's it. That's your code to get 20% off of your order just in time for Christmas.
And the best sponsor in the business, HPP Simulations. When it comes time to go sim racing, nothing beats the feel of a true hydraulic braking system from HPP. Designed and manufactured in the USA on state-of-the-art CNC equipment, HPP's hydraulic pedals and their accessories set the standard for simulation racing. For more information, visit hppsimulation.com.
And to contact any of the sponsors you see on your screen right now, go to LionheartRacingSeries.com, click on the 2018 Sponsors tab, and read or scroll to the bottom where you can click on the company logo, and that'll get you right to their website or how to contact them.
Your lead commentator has the hiccups. Let's see if I can squeeze this in between seizures. On the screen now are just some of the upcoming some of the companies, equipment, and software that made this broadcast possible. The iconic music that lets your ears alert your eyes. You're watching a GSRC Productions comes courtesy of Eric Eckelm and June Lalonde. See the screen to how to contact each of them.
All right, Soup, and the Lionheart IndyCar Series returns in 3 weeks. Don't be alarmed. Just taking a quick break here before these last two races. December 12th for the HPP Grand Prix of Road America. Yes, the full course there at Road America. That's the only way to roll when you get up there. GSRC via the iRacing Esports Network will be there to bring you all the action. We hope you join us. Sliding across your screen now are some of the upcoming broadcasts, so check those out and mark them down on your calendar. If you'd like more information about GSRC, including a complete list of all future broadcasts, you can find it at our website. That's a good place to start. GlobalSimRacingChannel.com. Folks, we're all over social media. Get us on Twitter at GSR Channel, Facebook, Global Sim Racing Channel. Just type that in. You may even be watching us on Facebook right there. We're live now. Instagram at GSRC_gram. And if you're not already a GSRC YouTube channel subscriber, jump on over to our channel real quick and hop on that subscriber button. Or make sure before you leave here, if you're not a subscriber to the iRacing Esports Network, to click that button and give them a subscribe as well.
Finally, on behalf of the entire crew, that would be Amjad, Sean, and Dougie. And if you're a fan of real-world IndyCar commentators announcing sim racing, don't worry, Richie Hearn should be back for our next broadcast. I'd like to thank all of you for watching here on the iRacing InSport Network, and we hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Congratulations to the man who has two names in one, Christopher, for winning here in Gateway, the Von Hanson's 200. With that said, we're off to have fun storming the castle, so until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.